Hi everyone, my name is Tom Barrett and I hope everyone's enjoying Teach Me EdTech Roundup edition. I'm going to spend just a few minutes just talking to you about maths maps, and I just want to show you how to add an activity to a Google map for these maths activities. This is my blog and this is probably the easiest place to get to them. So at EdTech, and there's a page here called Maths Maps, so let's go there now and you'll be able to see the three embedded maps that I've currently got running. So the maths maps idea is quite simple. We see real maths all around us all the time, and Google imagery, the satellite imagery, gives us access to sort of amazing sort of real life maths that we're able to kind of get to. And so these maps here, Measures in Madrid, Shapes in Paris, and Data Handling in Nottingham, all have little place marks, which you can see. And each of those place marks is actually on an object or a place that it has real maths. So it might be the shape of a particular garden, it might be the angle of a lawn or something that's visible from the air. So this little box here is quite important because each of the coloured place marks represents a different year group and an age level for 4 different questions. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the Shapes in Paris one, and we're going to have a little look at adding an activity to a map, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. Right, so we've loaded up the Paris map. So this is the 51 shape activities in Paris, and you can see there's lots of ideas already added to these. I clicked on the link just below the embedded map on my blog to get to here, and you can see that I'm on Google Maps at the minute. One thing that you need to make sure, if you want to add an activity to one of these, then you're going to need to request access from me. Once you've done that, you'll be able to sign in. You can see that I've signed in and I'm on my profile, and you're able to add an activity. This little down in the left hand side, you've got a list of all the place marks already there, and you can see the different names of them, and you can click on Start here, and that will give you a bit of an introduction, and also remind you about the colours for the different place marks. Right, let's get started then. So obviously the idea is that you just look around the area, you look around the city or the location, and I know that there's a set of tennis courts down here at the Bois de Vincennes, which is worth sort of adding an activity about shape to. But you can see as you kind of move around the place that there's loads of different sort of shapes from the air that you're able to spot. For example, down here you might be able to add something to do with fractions of sort of different shapes and stuff. So let's go across to our tennis courts, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a simple activity based upon rectangles and recognizing how many rectangles there are in one particular tennis court, and then I'm going to ask them to think about the total number of rectangles for this whole complex. So we're going to click on Edit, which is just the top here. I'm going to click on the Place Mark tool. So these little tools have popped up now because I'm editing. So we're going to click on this Place Mark tool and just drop the pin just on here like that. And now I'm going to add my activity in. Okay, so I've got my text in here, and I'm able to either do plain text questions or rich text questions, or even put some HTML in. I could even add a picture if I wanted to. And here's my questions here about the rectangles. Click OK when you're done. But one last thing I want to do is to make sure I've got the right colour. So I'm just going to make sure I've got the right colour for that one. So I'm just going to click OK, and actually let's go back to it. Click on the actual place mark here, and I know that this is going to be a fairly sort of easy activity, so it's going to be sort of year 2, so I'm going to put in a red icon for year 2. Click OK, and that's that done. You can see it down on the left hand side down here. There's count the rectangles, and so it's a nice simple activity. If you click on that one, it will open up the little box. So once you've finished that, once you've clicked OK, you're still in the edit mode, and you can now click on Save, and done. And that's it. That's how simple as it gets. Find some activities, maths activities from the air, add a little place mark, explain it for maths maps. I hope you have a go.